Religious leaders, yes, but now Winston Blackmore and James Oler are convicted criminals. Blackmore remains defiant, slamming the trial as a government attack on his faith.
I am living my religion. It is a part of my faith. It is something that is hugely important to me and to my family and to my father and his father, and going back and hopefully going forward generations. It's not religious persecution that bothers me, it's political persecution.
The two promise an appeal. Although this case is about polygamy, not sexual assault, the specter of older men marrying young girls was a key factor, say those in favor of prosecution.
We wanted to ensure that this law wasn't overly broad in its interpretation, that it didn't step into the bedrooms of people who were not exploiting each other. What we're talking about is sexual relationships between older men and young girls. And when that is the case, it's not a mutual relationship.
The Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has a tumultuous history in both Canada and the U.S. Before splintering into various factions, it was headed by Warren Jeffs, who had up to 70 wives. Jeffs is now in a U.S. prison, serving life, convicted of child sexual assault involving girls as young as 12.
One of the big breaks in the case, I think, from the point of view of the prosecution, was that they have now obtained evidence from the United States where there are records from Warren Jeffs, who is, of course, one of the leaders of the fundamentalist Mormon sect, records that implicated these men in British Columbia.
Legal experts say this case has broad implications. Some Muslim nations allow polygamy, and that creates immigration issues, not just for Canada, but other nations as well.
What do we do the next time someone comes into this country from Saudi Arabia or some other country and says, I've got 5 or 6 of my wives with me? Do we let that person in?
Today's decision does help clarify the legal lines that can't be crossed in terms of religious freedom. But much remains undecided, including the sentence and what will happen to the community of Bountiful, dozens of sister wives, and more than 100 children. Greg Rasmussen, CBC News, Vancouver.